Yo.
What's up? It's regular Reg in the building.
Talking shit, you know who it is. What's up?
Another rough one, man. Another rough day for me. But actually, let me be real with you. It's just one thing that happened, but everything else was pretty good.
Say a rough day. Summer vacation. It's a beautiful ass day, man. Supposed to be out here on the beach.
I mean,
in a park.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Outdoor dining. Like, what's up?
Ain't nothing to do. And ain't nobody, you know what I mean? I just, it was one thing is my mother's birthday tomorrow. I'm hyped about that.
Happy birthday, Mom.
All right. Shouts out to Mama Kai and me.
Word.
You know what I mean? But, yeah, man, I don't know. People are dead set on, I realized I try my best not to move in negativity anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I try my best. Everything I'm doing, hopefully it comes from a positive place. Like, I'm not doing it to harm.
Reg.
I'm trying.
New at name.
Yo, that's still coming, by the way. I'm letting y'all know that.
Right.
Still coming. Watch. One day I'm going to come in here and be like, you're, and I'm going to say a different name. You're going to be like, who that? I'm going to be like, me, nigga. Yeah, I just try not to move. But then when you watch people that move in negativity, it's just like, so what do you gain? Like, why are you?
You got to take those people out your life. That's just, and it's not always easy because sometimes it be your own family members. It be your own mans that's the negative person, but
it's got to get done.
Yeah, you got dead people sometimes.
Nah, bro.
Especially if a specific person is just bringing that back. At least for me, I'm very good with just distancing myself from.
Well, you know what I'm glad ended though. Speaking of getting rid of people, people posting about getting rid of people. Mm-hmm. I'm so glad that time is done. I'm so glad.
Is that done?
I don't see people.
I feel like it makes like it cycles every now and then.
Yeah, every once in a while I see a person going, if you not hearing from me, that means you've been cut off.
Nigga, during the pandemic, I kept on seeing if people are not checking up on you, they not really your mans. I'm like, what if that person got like 2 family members dying right now, or they lost their job?
I mean, like bruh,
we all go through some shit.
That's the thing. I can't, like, people don't understand that. It's like, while they're going through stuff, so am I. So are you. Like, I don't just because you stop speaking to me, I don't automatically jump on the bandwagon of you don't fuck with me.
I saw that a lot. Oh, these people aren't reaching out. So I'm like, they're human beings just like you. Bro, you go through some shit. They could be going through some shit too.
You know what the thing is that I couldn't stand though is that what it is that fine, people are going through things, but it's like I told my brother this one day, and when you were a teen, you always felt like the world was against you. I don't know if you ever felt that way. I was mad and felt like everybody was out to get me. And then I got older and I realized I am just too insignificant for people to even give a shit to come after me. That's really what it is.
I used to feel like it was a support thing, saying like, oh, you don't really support, but I follow that real quick. I'm like,
no, I don't think people don't support. It's just if it's not in their everyday path.
Exactly.
They're not doing it.
And at the same time, we're all guilty of that.
Yeah.
It's very hypocritical just to go being mad at everybody.
You know how many
you also dare for everybody.
Exactly. Like even having a podcast. You know how many people I've like told like, yo, link or listen or whatever, and I know they don't listen. Mm-hmm. But now I realize like that's a lot. That happens to me often where people be like, yo, listen to my music. Yeah. I got you. Yeah. Sometimes I don't get to it.
And with that, everybody, especially with everybody's not a podcast person. Like I knew people, they were like, yo, I can't do an hour. It was like, if it was like a half hour, I'll be able to listen to it. So there was a lot of people, before we was on YouTube.
Yep.
Oh, I can't just listen to something. I need to watch. Like,
exactly.
People have the specific ways.
Well, podcasting is a very particular type of person. It's like dry humor to me.
Certain content I watch on YouTube, I have to just watch the clips. I'm not about to sit here and just watch the whole thing through. I'm like, okay, give me the clips. Let me check them out on my time when I'm ready.
I think that's a very smart idea, but I'm not going to lie. Depending on the person, like I'll listen to 2.5 hours of one podcast. I'm very patient with that kind of thing because it's almost soothing to me.
I could more so do that on the train or in my car when I'm commuting and just straight going.
Gotcha.
If I'm in the crib, I'm not doing that. Like,
I'm not going to.
I'll break it down. And I'll be like, okay, I'll get back to that. Now I'm gonna do something else.
Nah, I'm that guy. I'm gonna listen because
I think I got a little ADD, man. I can't when it comes to like sitting down and just watching and focusing and saying, but I can't do that by myself for too long.
Bro, I've been a big movie buff my whole life.
So
shouts out to my brother who said he listened to our the Meg episode.
Oh shit!
He was like, he listened to it, and he was just like, he said, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a podcast person. I got through 20 minutes, but he said I was definitely on there, like, yo, you so right, bro, you so right, yeah. And I was like that's my nigga. Like, yeah, he said I got through 20 minutes.
Shouts out, man.
Listen, man, 20 minutes is better than nothing.
Word.
You know what I mean? I got to give you that. I got that view.
Just make sure you give that like and subscribe, by the way,
bruh.
So,
we got to That's another Tell me you don't find it hard promoting.
Oh, I was just talking to our engineer Mike earlier before you came in. I was like, bro, I could give a podcast. When it comes to being the whole promoter and everything, I need that person to help me.
There is something about bragging about something. Like, I'm naturally a confident person, but I realize I'm not a braggy person.
Yeah.
Like, people may think I'm bragging, but I'm just saying what I think.
Yeah.
But I can't, like, push something.
Yeah, I don't like to feel like I'm selling to people. I was just telling him, I was like, yo, I wish I had that DJ Khaled, like, affecting me where you could just ask people all the time and you don't even... People just take you for who... I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, once I get that no, I'm like, all right, cool. I'll figure out another
Exactly.
one.
You know what it is? The thing is, I'm from that cloth of we too cool for certain shit, and I admit that I move like that. So there's certain shit that I'm like, listen, I don't want to come to you. I remember a dude actually liked it, but I realized it has its good and its bad because somebody I knew who gave me some connections told me, like, yo, like, he came up to me, he was talking to me, and he was just like, we were out at a mix. And a girl brought him specifically to talk about the podcast, but I didn't start talking about it. I was just talking to him. I think he went a third on a bottle with us. You know, he was a real cool dude. And I remember, is it cool if I say his name or should we just leave that out? Shouts out to Kyle, bro. I appreciate you always. And I remember he was like, yo, you didn't like talk about the podcast at all. And I was like, we out, bro.
I mean, we was having a good time.
Like, I don't like, and he was just like, that's a good thing. Like, don't, like podcasters don't want that dude doing too much. I'm not a Tory Lanez ass nigga. Yeah, I did that. I said it. I brought him back up. I'm a Tory Lanez hater, and I will always be a Tory Lanez hater. I'm not a Tory Lanez ass nigga. I don't get in cameras specifically for people to see me. Hey, look, I'm here. I don't do that. I'm not that guy. So, but that's something to be worked on too, because there's some version of that we could do.
That comes with a cost. Everything comes with a cost, you know. Whatever decision you make, the approach you take. Yeah. Because certain things I see people do, I'm like, I'm not willing to do. I know you got all the money in the world, but I'm personally not willing to do all of that.
You know, I was having a conversation with my family. Let's start it up, right? So I was having a conversation with my family, and we were talking about like the concept of like pedophilia in the industry. And my sister
Pizzagate.
Pizzagate. Oh no. Oh no, the conspiracies are out.
Deeper, darker.
It's dark. It gets deep, it gets dark, pause. So we were talking about pedophilia in the industry, and they were talking about, you know, what's that guy's name? The one that had a whole fucking pedophile island.
Or Epstein.
Epstein. One of the Steens.
Yeah.
So and my sister was like, I could not like live knowing that exists and not say nothing. And I'm like, now that I have children, I can't live like that. Yeah. But I don't knock anyone because a lot of dudes, like, they have your career in their hands. Yeah. So let's say you make $1 million a year or $2 million a year, and you're like kind of an exec or kind of whatever you are in the game, and somebody says, and you either hear rumblings or you see something weird. But now everybody that ever came out on that person, their career just ended. They stopped getting gigs. They stopped hearing about money, just stopped coming in. And before you know it, now you're flat broke. You lost everything. And that person nothing happened to them. Yeah. Because a couple of people came out on Weinstein before.
That happens,
that's not the first time.
That happens a lot with the industry. Like they'll get to it before it, you know,
it becomes a thing.
Do the damage control.
And my thing is, I can't say I would do that, but I don't knock people that don't have the bravery. Not everyone's a hero.
Yeah.
Not everybody's gonna jump out and throw their career away just for the like, especially when you know, because a lot of people said they came out on Weinstein and they stopped getting gigs. They stopped hearing about.
It was. I believe it probably went further than that.
Yeah,
you know, with things with people threatening you and all of that. So
especially when it comes to Epstein, then. Because he had CIA people in his pocket. Like,
so now if you have a family, I have to, you know, worry about my family and everything. But that's also why when news comes out and it's consistent, we'll be like, why is everybody speaking now and not before? because it's easier to speak now. And they kind of need that pile
There's
up.
a momentum.
They kind of need that pile up.
And the thing, like I said, like everybody's jumping up. I'm like, yo, not as many people are running into a burning building as you think. Like you all think like if you hear a baby crying and there's a building burning, you're just gonna run in. There's not that many people running in.
People always want to criticize you for not being no hero.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
let that table turn.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of people walk away from being a hero. Okay,
bro.
And it's totally fine. It's not. You have to be comfortable in that.
What it is what's happened to me was I spent my whole life living by the mind your business and keep it pushing. As long as I'm not doing wrong, I'm just gonna keep moving.
Yeah.
But then you get older and you gotta put your foot down on something.
Yeah.
Like there's gotta be something you believe in past money and
even in that condition, like say it's something you can't. I would at least start planning on working somewhere else. I'd be like, all right, let me get the fuck out of here before, this little funny business.
It's a little weird.
Really,
it's a little weird. Like, so here's the other thing. My sister goes, well, you're trying to get into an industry, entertainment, that's prevalent apparently. Like, there's a lot of that going on. So what happens when you and Obi hear about something? Gets deeper, darker, bro. Gets deeper. My sister put the light on us, bro.
We about to snitch.
You snitching, bro? Listen, kids. I'm gonna do what I can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what I can. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna do what I can.
I'm gonna try to do what I think is right. I'll say, but know, it's all.
But my thing is, it's all like. So I remember one time I had heard a rumor. Actually, I'm putting you on the table, bro. I'm about to put your business in the street. Mm-hmm. I heard a rumor about a girl you was talking to one time. Mm-hmm. And I remember hearing the rumor and going, you really liked her. Mm-hmm. I don't have enough. I didn't know how to bring it to you because you my boy. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. One, the source was a little shaky, but I heard it from another person too that had nothing to do with that source. So then it seemed weird, and I'm in a position. Yeah. Now, I could tell you about somebody you really like, and possibly, you know what I mean? Or I got to just hold it down, and hopefully y'all just break up or y'all stop talking.
You got to tell the person.
So what happened was, because the first thing I heard that first thing from that first source, I'm like, you sus, I don't trust you. Yeah. But I was still like, I don't know. Yeah. And then I heard the second source. And I remember I didn't tell you. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah. I did not tell you. And I remember eventually, I don't know, something got out. But eventually you heard wind through something else. Yeah. And you stopped talking to this person. And I remember I don't know if you remember, but I told you, I was like, yo, bro, I heard about that, dog. I'm sorry. You look so happy. You look so happy. I didn't want to fuck it up. Yeah. I didn't want to be that guy. But I always regretted that.
Hold on, I wasn't dealing with the person at that time, by the way.
Oh, no, when I told you. Yeah, no. You had already stopped. But I remember always feeling bad.
Even before all of this came out, I wasn't dealing with that person. We was cool, but I wasn't dealing with that.
Yeah. When you found out, you mean. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Because that person called me and told me.
Y'all broke up on your own. Yeah. Y'all stopped talking on your own. But I remember being like, I always felt like I should have told you, but I was. And that's one of those hero moments where it's like.
You a fake friend?
Yo, fuck you. I always felt like I'm like, damn, bro, I let my boy down. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But you can't. People, I always give people a room to fuck up or a room for error.
Yeah,
that's what humans do.
That's a fact.
Do not hold me to no standard of always doing the right thing.
Well,
I'll try to always do the right thing. I ain't always gonna do the right thing.
But that's the thing. It's like I always thought to myself, like, growing up, like, I'm gonna do the right thing when the time comes. Morally, I'm gonna. And then I got older, and I guess I got jaded, and I just got to where it's like, it's things never happen the way we see it. Like it's always like a little more complicated, a little more nuanced, a little more complex.
The devil's in the details. Even though we don't really, humanity doesn't operate that way. We see a headline, we hear something, we just go with it. We
jump on it, yeah.
And they don't really hear, like, okay, this happened first, that actually happened, this happened in between. Nobody really cares about details.
No. Well, that's the thing. You know why? And when I was working in Saks as a sales associate, ironically, I just told you I'm not a salesman, but in Saks, even if you saw the way I sold, I was like, listen, these jeans is fire, these jeans is not. You pick, my nigga. Like, I wasn't going to be like, oh, they're so amazing. They're Egyptian cloth. I didn't do none of that. I was just like, This is what it is, my nigga. What you doing? So when I was working at Saks, every time information got back to me about something somebody did on a sale or something, it never was, or they stole your sale. Yeah. Then when I go talk to them or go talk to the person or someone else, it always like there was some little small minute detail that I'm like, okay, now I understand how it got where it got. Mm-hmm. It was very rarely that niggas just was literally walking around evil, stealing sales. It wasn't like that. But it's funny because I always give people the understanding that, yo, there's a detail there, maybe there's something I don't know. Yeah. But people don't do that in return for me.
Nah. I mean, but if that's how you move, you just gotta accept that's how you move.
No, I'm gonna move how I move. Yeah. But I feel like people oversimplify things. Like if I've noticed that, and this is in my family too, bro. It's crazy. If they hear something about me, they assume it's true.
I got a question, just to get off this.
Fair.
Honesty, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The idea of honesty. Mm-hmm. If I tell you something honest, right? Mm-hmm. Do you have a responsibility as the person that's receiving that information from me?
If you tell me something honest,
yeah,
do I have a responsibility to what?
Like, in how you take the honesty.
What is your intent in saying it?
To be honest with you. Like, yo, you my mans, let me be honest with you. Now, it comes out, you tight now. Like, yo, why you told me that? Are you going to be mad at me if I don't tell you something else in the future? Or are you going to be like, you know what, I didn't handle that, so...
Well, I prefer honesty over, like, in most situations, because I don't want to live in... I'm not like, as much as I like Instagram for pictures and it's hilarious and entertaining, I'm not a big front person. Like, I don't take pictures when I'm not good.
Okay, so if you're dealing with, like, a girl, let's say, and you're honest with her, and let's say she overreacts.
See, women are different. Women are different.
Nah, there's dudes that's like that too.
Yes,
you just can't be honest
right.
with.
You're right.
So she overreacts.
So you're saying, do I owe that person to be honest again?
Yes. Should you be like, would you take that same approach of honesty the next time you have to be honest with them?
No.
How come?
Well, here's the thing. If I can't be honest with you, I don't know if I can really have you in my life long term. I'm probably eventually going to stop talking to you. Yeah. But what I will do is know that, okay, this is not a real one. You can't take honesty. So I'm going to know that and noted, I'm going to keep it pushing. But that's a lot of women don't ever want to admit to the fact that when you get cheated on.
So there is a responsibility for the recipients of honesty to be able to at least have a conversation about your honesty, or, you know.
What do you mean by that? Like, accept it well. You have a responsibility to accept it well, is what you're saying?
I don't want to say accept it well, but if I'm deciding to be honest with you, let's have that conversation about what I'm trying to be. It's not like you caught me lying, or you don't think the approach should be a little bit different in
if
the
you're
handling of those two things?
If you're outright, well, this is the thing. So sometimes people are being honest, but they intend to insult. I'm not. Yeah. I know what you do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't mean by that. That's people being petty.
All right, I was about to say that. Just people love to say, "I'm just being honest." I'm like, no, you're being
nigga. You just being a dick.
You're being a dick. That's what you're doing. Don't act like that honesty is coming from some altruistic place. What you're doing.
I love when people say that about Trump all the time. Oh, he's just honest. I said no. He's just an asshole. He's not just being honest.
What are you talking about? That's not honest. That's just a man saying shit to insult people. I'm like, there's that. Now, if we're talking from the perspective of someone trying to do better by me,
being like a genuine honesty type.
Okay. There's also the approach. This is the other thing. I got an uncle that's really tough. And whenever he tells you something, he's honest. Yeah. And I know he means well most of the time. But he says it in the worst, most disrespectful way you could ever hear the truth. If you listening to my uncle tell you something, he gonna tell you that shit, but he gonna tell it and he gonna dig it in, twist it, and break it off.
Like, God damn,
and then you gonna be like, you fuck with me?
Like, yo, you love me, my nigga, like, for real?
Thanks, bro. It's enough love. It's enough love for today. That's my uncle, and that's the way he is. So it's also how you communicate. Because some people communicate that honesty too bluntly. Yeah. I had that problem for a long time. And I realized, like, I got to dial it back. Because it's like, my honesty has to come with a level of how I communicate it to you.
Oh, I'm very, whenever I want to, like, if I want what I'm saying to be listened to, I try to make sure it's coming off the most clear, not angry, very
And
I add the most words so you can pull
so
whatever
you can
words
understand
you like.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, there's the other thing about it too. It's like, fine, you're being honest with me, and but it's like, I'm not honest with people that I know aren't going to listen. Mm-hmm. And I'm one of those people that I'm like, and it's not that I'm not honest, it's that I don't go out my way. I'm gonna do it one time, but if I could tell, there's people in my life that I could tell, like, if I tell you the truth, you are not gonna accept that.
So I'm just gonna avoid that.
I'm just gonna avoid that conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I was. People will put that as you're lying to them, and I'm like, not necessarily. You're not good with communication.
Yeah.
When somebody is being open and vulnerable with you, so why should they continue to
be
be honest
open and
with you? Like, you act like honesty is not something that we should just expect. I don't have to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I could choose to lie to you.
This is the other thing.
Choose to not say
I
anything.
could just choose to not say anything. That's the other thing. I can forgive a person that lied, that didn't tell me something, before I could forgive a person that made up a story.
Yeah.
I always feel like, I mean, I've done both. We've all done both.
If
but
you make up a story, like when you make up a story, like, yo, you didn't need to go through all these levels.
Well, this is why I say with women it's a little different though.
Yeah.
Because as much as I want to, I've been beat down way more for being honest than I have for lying.
I feel like whenever, which I always like to be honest with women. Like,
yes.
Whenever I always regret when I'm honest, but I'm like, I will continue to be honest. Maybe that's my foolishness.
No, you know what it is? I've noticed that most of the women in my life they always, we'll have our rift or whatever, if I'm honest, but then eventually they always, I don't want to say come back around, but when they see me, at the very least, they could be, at least you were real, for the most part. And I've noticed that,
yeah, but you talk about like down the line. I'm talking about in that moment,
bro.
I'm just like,
yo, son, you know, I love to quote Jordan Peterson, but he was saying like, honesty is he has 12 rules to get away from chaos is the name of his book. And one of the rules is honesty. And he's saying honesty is they were like, which rule is the hardest to back? And he said honesty. He goes, why? He's like, because there's so much short-term gain from lying.
Yeah.
But the long-term gain from being honest actually helps your life in the long run.
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
If you were wrong, at the end of the day, you did not lie. You don't have to like back up the story, remember the story.
That's why I mostly tell the truth.
Yeah.
Because lying is too hard. If you don't, another thing, it's too hard to keep up. It's stressful. You know what I mean?
Yo, niggas that like lie over like everything, I'm like, yo, how do you remember what you told somebody?
Bro, well, that's because honestly, they say a good liar is normally pretty smart.
So are they consistent? Like, do they tell 5 people the same story?
Well, the thing is, they believe what they're saying. That's when you become pathological.
Okay.
You believe, you lie so much, you start believing the hype, and then
it becomes
the truth for you. In your head now, that's the truth. Even if it didn't happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you keep telling the story long enough. So it's like, I think that's a thing. Like but I used to have a friend that I work with, and this nigga would be like, oh, I'm about to head. He always wanted to leave early from work. He always wanted to leave a little early when the boss left. And he would leave, and he'd be like, yo, I'm about to, I closed that register over there. I'm about to leave. I looked at him and like, you closed that register? Lying ass nigga, I closed that register. Just go home. I'm not your boss. You don't gotta lie to me. Why are you lying? This is so dumb. Like, stop lying. Just say I want to go home, because when I'm ready to go home, I'm leaving.
Bro, we could even just talk about, yo, when this dude leaves, we could kind of plan on dipping out early. Like, you don't gotta like lie by yourself.
Bro, he used to be like, yo, man,
I'll work with you.
Right? Like, you act. My thing is, I'm not your manager,
Word.
and you know I'm not gonna snitch. Yeah. So just leave. I'd rather you didn't insult me this way, because he wasn't even a good liar. That's the thing. And the other thing is, like, there are people I knew that when they would lie, instantly I can tell.
Yeah, those
those are the ones I'm like, you not really no harm to me for real.
And like, when the story gets too long and there's just a lot of stuff going on, I'm like, bro, this really all happened? Really?
Bro. I be looking at people like, word. That's when you hit them with the why you always lying face. But yeah, I think that honesty, but when it comes to women, I've learned that and the other thing is, women don't take honesty well, in my experience.
I don't think women are honest Also, like, that's the part that kills me.
Like,
they be lying.
Bro, you know how many breakup conversations I've had in my life? Tons. At least 2 dozen breakup conversations where I had to face a girl and tell her I don't want to be with you or this isn't going to work. You know how many times I've had that happen with me with women?
Never.
Almost, I can't think of one.
She was just gone.
Yo, you don't hear from them, or what they do is they make a reason to leave. Yeah. They start arguing. All of a sudden, they start disappearing. You know how many disappearing acts have been pulled on me?
I think I know enough women that I'm like, yo, that's not honest. I'll be like, yo, that's not honest. Why you do it? And they just keep on moving. I'm like, hey,
because it's like I said, there's no responsibility. Like, I know, like. It's weird. Women don't. I think that, and I've heard this before.
Shouts out to our female listeners, by the way.
Of course.
We talk about all of y'all.
Yes. Yes. We talk wild shit, but we fuck with y'all too. And I've noticed that the bravery, like women, the honesty that we naturally give off, or the ones that I realized that a woman can't sit there and taking rejection from women is very difficult. Yeah, men's lives are all rejection. Mm-hmm. Like all day we walking around getting rejected.
And the rejection, like a girl ever hit you up, or like it's always like this. They think you have everything in your head is all malicious, and I'm like, yo, nah, I don't hate you. I don't. It's none of that. Like when they hit you up about what they think, like your reasoning for stuff is, I'm like, actually, nah.
Well, and again, that's why I think like it goes back to what I said. You're not that important for me to think about. I'm not plotting. That's the thing. I'm not plotting. Like I don't plot much. Yeah. If I got to take time out of my day to do something bad, I'm not doing it. Yeah. Any bad things I've ever done was spur of the moment. Yeah. Most of the time. There's very rare things I planned out to do. Most shit, it just happened. But other people, like they plan out meticulous. So, and it's because women do that, right? Because they're so shady and meticulous with their moves, they look at everybody else like, y'all do that. It's like, nah, I actually.
But then the cry for honesty is the part. I'll be like, yo, y'all don't be honest all the time.
Listen, bro. Listen, women be like, yo, just be honest with me. I'll be like, that is a blatant lie.
Word.
That is a lie.
You be honest with me.
You be honest with me.
What you talking about?
Tell me fucking truth. Tell me something true. Like,
say the truth right now.
Right now. And they go fuck around and lie anyway. Like, I just be sitting there like, you lying. Like, the people say, oh, tell the truth. Anytime a woman said tell the truth, I'm like, do you know why men cheat and lie for so long? Because their reactions they've gotten in the past were so extreme. Like that emotional flip out. And
I've been lied to, and I'm like, I kind of understand why I was
got
lied
why
to.
You lied on this one, bro.
Yeah, I get it.
Good job, sis. Like, thank you.
That was some hard shit to tell.
Yo, I don't know if I ever told this story. One day, my boy, it was this girl I was dating, and she was really cool. I really liked her. But the thing about it was we felt more like friends. Like we were always laughing and joking and I felt like conversations we had whenever we got, and this is with not just her, but several women this happened. When we get into anything academic or any level of intellectual conversation, I would notice she'd just joke it off. She'd always make a joke and then dip off, right? And what happened was I felt like, and it sounds fucked up, but I felt like if she didn't know, she didn't want to say she didn't know, so she would just change the topic and not, jump into it or dive into it or get too deep into it. It was every conversation seemed very surface level when it came to anything intellectual. And I'm a debater. You are too. So that kind of got on my nerves. And then it was that, and then, she was always joking. I thought she was more like my boy, whatever. So then I tell my boy this. But then he asked me, like, what did I tell her? I was like, I'm going through a hard time. I lied. I was lying. I said, I'm going through a hard time right now.
After all that slander,
bro,
lying.
Yo, the thing was, my at the time my mother was sick. Yeah. She wasn't nasty. She was sick.
Oh, you used
so I used that.
Come on, man.
I've killed 3 cousins, bro. Trying to dip off. I've killed at least 3 cousins. So my mother was sick, but she was. That was genuinely a stressful time. Yeah. But that wasn't the real reason. So then my boy, he liked her so much that one night he was drunk and this dumbass goes, so, like, Reggie feels like you're not, like, that smart.
Why don't you read a book?
Like, but I know, when you know they meant well. Yeah. So then she calls me one day and I get completely sideswiped. Like, I didn't see this shit coming at all. She just looks at me, she's like, so you think I'm dumb? I'm like, what? No, my mom's sick. She goes, no, you think I'm like, you think I'm dumb? You think I joke too much? And I was just like, who the fuck have you been talking to?
Now you thinking and trying to answer the question.
I'm in my head like, do I keep lying or do I tell the truth?
Yo.
So I got put in this corner, and then she's like, no. So like, but then luckily she told me straight up. He said this, and I'm like, motherfucker. So I'm like, what was he thinking? Then I go speak to him. He's like, bro, that's not what I said. I just said sometimes when intelligent conversation comes up, she can't have it.
Bro, that's what you said then.
You called her dumb, bro. You called her dumb. Like, I can't always.
She ain't that dumb that she don't know when you call her
like,
dumb.
You calling her dumb in a very wordy way,
Yeah.
in a drunken wordy way. And I remember being so tight because it's like, and I remember I've broken up with, or stopped talking to more females with lies though, than. Because the truth is like, how easy is it to look at somebody and say, bitch, it is you?
Yeah. That's tough.
That's a tough conversation to have.
And you can't always say lies, but you know, you sugarcoated it a little
Well,
bit.
yeah,
You made the landing a little
I
bit.
fibbed.
You know?
Yeah, I cushioned the landing. Because, yo, this certain...
You a horrible human being.
Bro, yo,
Nobody wants you.
bro, one girl I wanted to stop talking to because her pussy was dry, dog. Regularly. And I remember being like, she always acted like she was into me. She had a really big butt.
Yeah.
And I was very interested. Maybe she wasn't. Maybe it was me. Maybe I wasn't clapping it right. But I remember being in there and it was like a rug burn every time. Like, it would start wet, but it would...
enough.
It would. I'm like, I'm not... Why am I getting Indian burns on my dick? Why is this happening? I was very upset about this. And I told her, you know... I was going through some shit. I think I killed the cousin on that one.
You can't be honest about that.
Bro, how do you tell?
Yeah, you can't be honest.
There was another girl, breath stank.
Like, the streets just gotta let you know.
Bro,
like,
you're gonna listen. A girl told me she told the dude, like, she was talking to a dude, and it was only a few weeks, and he was a great guy, took her out, very nice, good looking, smart, got a good job, all that. And then she was like, why is he single at this age? It doesn't make sense. And then she saw his dick. He sent her a dick pic. And she was like, the fact that you sent this shrimpy shit means that no one has ever told you this before, because you should know this is a small dick.
The streets gotta let him know.
Bro, she told him. She said, all right, so listen.
I don't think she should have told him.
Bro, she straight told him. She was like,
how did that go?
What can you do? So she told him, she was like, so listen, I couldn't understand why you were single. I thought you were perfect. But unfortunately now I do. I can't work with this. Like, there's nothing I can actually do with this. And I don't even want to waste your time any further. And I don't mean to be mean. I don't mean to be mean. I'm not trying to be a dick, but your penis is extremely small. And I do not want to sleep with you. And
she worded it this way?
She said it exactly like that.
Oh my God, is her name the executioner on your phone?
I call her Dick Punch.
Yo,
I was like, yo, you kicked this nigga in the dick verbally.
I hope she knows. She made sure he was in a good mental space before all of this.
She was like, he was very proud to send that pic. So she felt like, listen, bro, I can't. So she told him, she was like, it's a no for me. And he was just like, okay, I guess I can't talk to you tomorrow. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to pass on that. And we're done. And I remember going, that's the meanest shit I've ever heard.
At least she was honest.
She was honest, though.
At least
she was honest. But...
but yeah, certain things you should not be honest about.
Well, listen, I'm not going to lie. Speaking of dick pics, I want to send one to Cardi B and Meg.
Shout out to Meg, man.
That song?
I still ain't heard y'all song. Go see the video.
You didn't hear it?
Nope.
What?
I'm not like...
Bro, I'm going to be real with you. I liked it. First of all, I was hard the entire song. That is I
hear a lot of good things.
That was one of the most vulgar barsy bars I've ever heard. Like that, bruh.
I heard the breakdown on Joe Budden podcast.
I just listened to that.
That was like the only time but they kept on turning the song off. And,
you didn't really hear it.
I didn't really get to,
because you were watching the YouTube.
The song, I was listening to it.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Hear the song just by itself.
Bro, first of all,
but I did hear some shit. And I do not understand the outrage that's going on about the song. Like, I'm all for it, and I just keep seeing men are complaining. I don't see where the men are complaining, but I keep seeing like people saying
if
men
these
are
Muslims don't sit down,
men are complaining. I'm like, well, who's complaining about this?
Listen,
I'm all for women empowerment.
I'm
a feminist. Like, what are you talking?
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck, now you a feminist. As soon as it comes to Obi, not a feminist or nothing but the liberated pussy. He's like, yo,
I'm a feminist, man.
Yo,
what y'all talking about?
Girls saying they're sexually liberated is the new hope.
Yo,
that's what that is, bro. Like,
I mean,
I'm sorry.
The conservatives are coming after them, so
I mean, listen, say it how you got to say it, but I'm telling you, that means you're more than likely a whore. But listen, I'm not against it.
It's a free country.
I'm not against it. I'm with that.
And men are allowed to be hoes.
We hoes too. So but I will say that
shout
song.
Out to the hoes.
Yo, Cardi B, like, you remember when Rihanna came out with that song, "Sex with Me"? Mm-hmm. I remember hearing it, and it was almost a fantasy song. I remember putting myself like, damn, I really feel like Sex with Rihanna would be fire. Mm-hmm. So that song was a great song for me because it was like a nice little look into what I can never get. So that's how I felt listening to the song. Cardi B, I love you, bitch. Like that. She was like, I want the dick to touch the dangling thing in the back of my throat. I was like,
hey,
I'm here for this.
Shouts out Cardi.
I'm here for this. I was like, yo. And then Meg over here talk about, she was like, when I ride the dick, I'm going to spell my name on it. I'm like, what? I want that.
My nigga Reggie got all the lyrics.
Bro, I was.
This nigga was on the train rapping the shit out of the song.
No, I was like, bro, there's some hoes in this. Oh, that beat is, first of all, that beat is fire. And this is the thing, everybody's doing this thing where they're like, look at how women are talking now and look at all the. I'm like, first of all, been talking like this. Fuck out of here.
That's the part I'm so confused though. I'm like, has this not been a thing before?
Oh, it's been.
Was Lil' Kim not a rapper like in her time?
No, I'm not gonna front. This song took it to another level.
No, I understand that, but it's not anything brand new.
Bro.
Plus, this is hip hop. Like, this is how hip hop speaks. So what the fuck are people being mad about, guys, when this is like, what it comes to?
I'm not listening to first of all, I'm not listening to this song thinking Kendrick would never. Get the fuck out of here.
Y'all niggas grew up on a song called Put It In Your Mouth. Like, what are you talking about?
And I know that woman's verse word for word. Well, like, you can lick it, you can dip it, you can taste it. I was like, yes.
I'm like, yo, so out from the outside, from somebody that hasn't seen all this, I'm seeing all this outrage. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what world am I living in?
My thing is this. One, I did not want an introspective, deep song from Meg and Cardi. Yeah. This is what I wanted. I'm not guys, listen, it's a mainstream song. Yeah. It's doing its purpose. This could live in the same world that J. Cole exists in. Mm-hmm. You guys you J. Cole niggas need to sit the fuck down.
Don't put this on J.
No.
Reggie talk, he hate Tory Lanez, he hate J. Cole.
Nah, I just can't stand J. Cole fans sometimes because they be so like, this is so beneath me. Yeah. It's not intelligent enough. Where's the vocabulary? Where's the introspection? Mm-hmm. And the other thing I didn't like about J. Cole was I always felt like J. Cole was talking down to something that I'm like, nigga, you a part of this. Mm-hmm. Like, he's always against capitalism. You're one of the biggest beneficiaries of capitalism. Mm-hmm. Listen, if you really believe everything you talk about against capitalism, give all your fucking money away.
You don't know what he do with his money?
I know he don't give it away.
I mean, that man riding a bicycle.
But his house is real, riding it up to a mansion.
That man rides a bike.
Okay, I'm not saying he's as bad as others. I'm not going to put it like that. But it's like, I think J. Cole do too much. It's like, bro, his dreads just look always so.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I'm like, bro, like you look.
You too rich, J. Cole.
You too rich. Do something. Like, one day, make it look nice. Yeah. Like, I'm all up. You know what I mean?
I'm very careful about slandering people like J. Cole, though.
No, he's fire, and I think he's necessary, and I think
he's a rarity.
He's a rarity. So I'm not against the lyrical prowess. I'm against the fact that I just feel like the people that like him always like.
You think it was J. Cole fans?
I mean, I would say J. Cole, Kendrick.
I saw like
Logic,
like Congress people coming after them. So I'm like, this is
Congress always gonna do that shit. I mean,
like, you know what I mean? Yo, what? So it was the Chance the Rapper fans that was all mad about this.
Yes, that's what I think. That's what I think. Because I cannot imagine a Gucci Man fan being like, this is disgusting.
Go listen to Chance the Rapper then. Like, what the fuck?
Like, this isn't for you. Yo, guys, you know what was crazy about like the internet and about like music and all that shit?
You could find some different
turn it off. You don't gotta listen to it. Let me listen to this. There's some hoes in this house. I'm here for it.
You could keep it on and just put the shit you like on.
Like, guys, listen to me very carefully. That house they're talking about where there's holes in it, I'm with it.
Nah, shout out to that house.
I'm going to that house.
Shout out to
me
that
and
house.
Obi in that house. Y'all go ahead.
It's a very progressive home.
Listen,
Okay.
y'all stay outside with y'all picket signs. Me and Obi going in the house. Okay, like I didn't understand, but I thought from bars wise, there was a couple bars in there. I'm like, okay, I see the wit in this. I see what y'all did here. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that song.
Ghostwriters was on fire.
Now Meg apparently supposedly she writes her own shit. So there's no rumors of her not. And Cardi, we never know.
And there was outrage of Kylie Jenner. Why couldn't a white woman be in this video?
Well, Kylie Jenner is everything wrong against black people.
Hold up. So this is a person that didn't watch that video. Didn't they put a bunch of like different women?
Yeah, and everybody was pretty like black or blackish. Kylie was. Because the problem is this, that family appropriates black culture.
Kylie is famous, man. Come on,
guys. Listen.
I slandered Kylie. I slandered the Kardashians
a lot.
I don't see.
But I completely understand why a song with Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, called "Wet Ass Pussy," has Kylie in it.
Word.
It makes sense.
If it was a song about like black power, black liberation,
then I'd have been like, nah, get her the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna question why Kylie's here.
But y'all can't.
I think wet pussy transcends race.
I'm about to say, guys, I've met all wet pussies on all scales. Okay, I'm sure if I could find a green bitch, she might have a wet pussy. Yeah. Except that one chick, apparently. So with the sandpaper pussy. But I'm just saying, like, the outrage is it's just people just need to be mad.
I didn't see the outrage, but I kept on like hearing, like I'll see people posting, "Oh, y'all are mad about this. Y'all are mad." I'm like, who is this, y'all? Who is mad?
Bro, I was very happy with that song. There was not one part of it. And my thing is that my brother was like, he kind of did a version of it, and he was like, this is like everything else. I'm like, yeah, but it's really good everything else. Yeah. Like
that argument I could take. This is like everything
that's reasonable.
Because that's also a consistent argument.
Yeah, that's fair. But then
complaining that a hip hop song is too vulgar makes absolutely no sense to me.
Listen, if you say it's like everything else, then I don't want to hear anyone bump into trap music. I don't want to hear anyone bump into drill music. I don't want to hear. Don't try and act like Pop Smoke is different.
The beat is alright though.
The beat is alright though. You know what I mean? Like, guys, I listen to certain shit for fun. I know it's fun. Like I always use this example. I didn't go watch Dark Knight with Heath Ledger and be like, well, this was not as good as Lion King. They're not. I'm not comparing them. Like when people used to have the pictures of like Eminem, and then they put up a picture of like Lil Yachty, and they be like, I'm like, guys, stop it. Stop it. Compare people that are comparable. Lil Yachty not trying to be Eminem. He not trying to rap like that. Well, recently I heard he actually got mad because he feel like people not putting respect on his name lyrically.
Lil Yachty?
I swear to God.
Oh my God.
Lil Yachty got upset.
He was just like, y'all know too much credit.
He was trying to say that the niggas from his team, his freshman, his class, that the year or so he came out, he's saying like he's one of the best lyricists out there. I'm like, that ain't saying shit, because nobody in that time was dropping.
Because he wrote some shit for City Girls? Really?
Listen, this is what the man was saying. He was upset. And my thing is, bro, you cannot spend your career not giving a fuck about bars and then get mad when people say you don't got no bars. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man.
That's like if Meg Thee Stallion right now would be like, I am so tired of these people talking about all I can talk about is sex. I'm like, well,
I mean, you gotta stand on what you do. If you're not bars, but you make some good ass club songs,
then do that.
I'm a club.
I'm here for it.
If I can't make not one club song, but I could bar you to death, or I could like a J. Cole, give you some shit where you might have to go open up a book after.
That's what I'm gonna do. But people don't understand. There's markets.
Exactly.
Just speak to your market. Speaking of which, I want to say real quick, Meg did a full split and was twerking and dancing. And it was some good choreography. That video was fire. Color scheme.
Shouts out to
everything
Meg,
about. But I was very wondering. I was very like, so she got new feet? Because I heard she got shot.
This video was just shot?
I don't know.
Nah, it probably was. She probably filmed
it had to have been, because I'm in my head like, she dancing like the Dickens. That was a solid gold dancer right there. And I'm in my head like,
Tory had to die for Megan to fly, man.
Bro, listen, man. Listen, that girl, I don't know. I remember I was looking for bullet holes. Yeah. I was looking like she had the stigmata. I was like, where's the holes in the feet? But yeah, I'm a big fan of the song. And I'm a fan of the song because I'm not listening to it thinking like, oh, this is like everything else. I'm like, yeah, it is, but it sounds good.
So it's gonna be part of your like rotation.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. I'm gonna put that in there. I want to listen to it. I want to add it to, like, my next door neighbor has a video with me and with my daughter. She put like dancing to that song, and I was like, this is so immoral. I was like, oh my God. I was like,
Come on, man.
I like the song, but, and then my daughter's like, I like this song. I'm like, ugh, please don't. This is so fucking immoral, yo. My daughter was actually listening, like, there's some hoes, and I'm like, please don't sing. Just, and every time like a curse came up, I'm like, like I'm trying to, I don't know how I feel about that. But it was a cute video. Everybody's like, oh my God, this is so cute. I'm like, no, it's not. This is
a horror movie.
This is a horror movie for me. It's my little girl.
Though.
But yeah, I'm a fan of that song, and I think everybody that don't like it should eat a dick, because I had a chub the entire track. I was listening to that song at attention.
All the J. Cole fans, please slander Reggie on the YouTube.
Do what, yo, come for me. Come looking. Send a like, send a dislike. I don't give a fuck.
The J. Cole fans.
Come through. Listen, man. Yo, y'all come through with y'all bean pies.
How we put this
and your
on
koofies.
J. Cole?
All the J. Cole fans come through, you know what I mean? With y'all natural, what is it? The free growing dreads.
The Baduis.
The Baduis. Y'all come through with those are the same dudes that twist their beard at the end. Same guys, you know what I mean? Oversized shirts. Come through, link up. I'm all for it, bro. All y'all and y'all fans. I'm not, but I'm standing on my ground. I love that song's fire.
Yeah, man.
But what did anything else happen? No, not that I could think of.
Recently, I don't even know what's going on out here. Kamala Harris is our new potential VP.
I'm with that. Yo, I think that's a great move. On what's it called part?
Joe Biden.
I think it's a great move.
Joe Biden is the most uninspiring candidate I've ever seen in my life.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yo, people are either just voting for Trump or voting against Trump.
Yeah.
That man is so uninspiring.
Oh, man, everything about him is just like, listen, that's the lesser of two evils. I don't care what nobody says. That is the lesser of two evils.
I actually think him picking her is going to be very interesting.
I think it's beneficial because she's actually pretty intelligent.
Yeah, but how do people feel about you is very important. There's a lot of people that have strong feelings towards her.
Well, the thing I remember about Kamala when she was like running was that her laws were kind of very.
She's a prosecutor. And
yeah,
nigga,
that's
America. But to me, this is America. What did y'all expect from her being a prosecutor? But you can't say that publicly, but
I get you. But I'm saying like I just feel like people forget that while I'm a person and I have like again, there's that hero shit. Mm-hmm. Everyone thinks like you're supposed to do the right thing all the time. It's like listen, I got a fucking job, and my job as a prosecutor was to prosecute. Now, were there things I was doing like I don't feel like she did something so terrible, but she was kind of flip floppy, and then when they found out certain things about her, she didn't handle it too well.
No, even her record as a prosecutor, people are not a fan of. But I always tell people this was America's love. I mean, I don't know what your people's politics is, but people love Ronald Reagan. So Republicans and Democrats felt like, for me to win, I gotta be, the country just kind of went in a very Ronald Reagan mentality for a while, and then we got to this point, and now everybody getting called out for their point of views and what they did.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's like that. I had an argument with my uncle the other day. Again, my family and I have been talking. So I had an argument with my uncle the other day about.
Yeah, I can't wait for outside to open up.
Oh man, these niggas. If I hear about feelings one more fucking time, god damn it, I don't never want to talk about my feelings again. Damn, my chest hurt right now.
Yo, that's why you just gotta avoid people sometimes, man.
Bro, so we were talking about, and when he was growing up, there was some beatings my sister and my uncle caught that even I caught. That would borderline on abuse. Yeah. Like people would say we might have been abused.
I mean, that's the era we grew up
in. Son, there's some shit I caught that I'm like, eesh. And when we were talking to my brother about it, we was more so laughing. But then it got a little serious because my uncle was like, and now everybody's saying 2020, it's changes. I'm like, that was a different time.
Yeah, it's a different
time. And don't do that. Like, I hate when people make it seem like, oh, we should hold the standard to what it is in 2020. I'm like, There's certain things that throughout time was always not good. But whooping your kid ass back in the days,
it was totally acceptable.
It was totally acceptable.
Yo,
it was actually embraced.
I went to school in Nigeria and they beat our ass in school.
Bro.
I remember a time my teacher slapped the shit out of me, my nigga. Yo, my head started.
It's outrageous. Yo, bro, I went to school in Brooklyn and they beat me.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
In Brooklyn.
Like, when you was younger, like, they
Yo,
beat
the name
people
of the school was Get Set. And they had a white stick that they used to beat me with in Brooklyn.
And that's how life was.
That's how it was. Like, my mother would be there like, if he acts up, beat his ass. I'd be like, Mom.
Word, our parents used to encourage this bullshit.
You fuck with me? What are you doing? And
yo,
like,
that shit made me have bad trust issues
bro,
for that long. I'm like, yo, if the people that love me want me to be going through this,
bro,
like, how am I trust anybody?
Son, love was not love back then.
Man.
It wasn't. So I'm looking at but so don't look at things from a different time and then be like, well, today, and I'm like,
people love to do that, but it's too much work to like go do the research. Where was the country at that time? What was the reasoning for all of this?
That's my thing.
Everybody wants to now use their 2020 liberal mindset.
Exactly. And my thing is, I always look at it like, okay, maybe you instilled laws that ended up hurting people and me, but did you do that with intent of doing that from the beginning? Mm-hmm. Did you know the black people were going to be affected by this? Mm-hmm. You knew the black people were going to be hurt by this, and then you said, fuck it anyway, I want to do this. I don't think that that's what they were doing. I think they were instilling laws, and then they ended up fucking up black people. Yeah. Some people were just like, yo, fuck with black people.
And this is also part of the conversation that we've been having all summer, of systemic racism. Like, it's systemic. It's not like all individual. So even us in position, like, they're black people in positions that the politics of things kind of makes them kind of just to do your job properly, unless you'll be fired. I know we all want everybody to stand on principle, but I don't see a bunch of y'all quitting y'all jobs either.
And we are back to this hero shit. This is why the George Floyd thing.
Full circle, man.
Full circle. It comes full circle, baby. This is why the George Floyd thing worked. It's because mad niggas wasn't working. Yeah. But if people were working, it was a perfect storm.
Once I went back to work, I was like, oh, shit gonna go right back to normal once people go back to work.
Yep.
Like, it opened my eyes because I was like, because America's not gonna be the same.
You got something to lose.
My first week back, I was like, oh, nah, we going right back once everybody gets back to work, man.
And that's
the dangerous part. So we need the changes to happen.
Exactly. We need the changes to happen now so that they can be instilled and kept.
Exactly.
But that's why I'm saying, I'm like, guys, like, not everybody a hero. Some niggas gotta do their job. Like, people always come at Obama and say he didn't do nothing for black people. I'm like, Obama wore a tan suit and they talked about it for weeks.
When Obama tried to do stuff for black people, Republicans sat on their
I'm
heads.
like, guys, they're trying to say
I was having a conversation with my boys, like, Trump passed prison reform. I said, please go research criminal justice reform that Barack Obama tried to pass, and let's see how far these people let him go. Bro, he had this executive order.
They shut down the country for like 75 days. like they would have let the country end just so he don't get his way. Yeah. I'm like, what y'all don't understand is normally the first black anything is a figurehead. Mm-hmm. They're not really the person that amounts to change.
Exactly. And I mean, I knew this.
All you have to do as Obama, his job was to be a good president.
Do a fucking good job.
Do a good job.
We was in a recession. He left here without a recession. Good job.
Good job. Do a good job. Just be the best president you can be and don't fuck up. Because, and that's because you're not, people felt like Obama was supposed to be the change that America, I'm like, guys, I get his slogan.
Well, who are the people that felt this way?
The people that don't look into politics and don't read. Okay. People that don't do research.
I want to know these people.
But I'm just saying, like, we got to speak to that. Because it's like, guys, if Obama even started saying blah, 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 and they would have stopped it.
Obama said Trayvon Martin looked like my son. They almost crucified this
bro.
Oh, he's making this racial. Like,
these niggas be so tight. So that's why I look at him, I'm like, guys, the best thing he could have done, and he was like, I would have rathered him try to do a little more. And I'm like, guys, I get what y'all saying. I hear y'all. I know y'all want to see the effort.
What have those people done in their job to be a little bit more progressive for black people?
Ain't nobody quitting their job to do, like, come on, guys. If y'all all were really that serious, when you go back to work, find out if your job, if the top of your job, thank God that was empty. Find out if the top of your job, though, the head of your job is not racist.
I need you to bullet point every demand you have and take it to your boss.
That's
what I need to see.
Yep, let's keep it. Big dick energy, guys. Let's go out there. Let's go out there.
Y'all like to give everybody.
Yeah, everybody got to be a hero, right? Why you not talking, nigga? So go on out there. Go to your boss and tell him, these are my demands, and I will quit if you do not do them.
Not live up to these demands.
Good luck to you, sir and madam, whoever you are. And this is why I say to people, I'm like, stop with that. Like, not everybody could be a hero.
And I commend the people that decide to be heroes.
Yes.
Because it's hard.
Yes.
Colin Kaepernick, he did what he did, and I mean, he did have people that supported him, but the powers that be didn't support him, you know, and it took till 2020 for him to be like, oh, y'all see what I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't put that on everybody. Everybody's not capable of doing that. It's also not everybody's job to do that. Also, because you don't want the wrong person doing that and fucking the bag up for everybody.
I do not want certain people talking for me. I do not want that. I don't want everybody to do that. Stop thinking everybody got to stand on something. It's like, listen, man, some people just trying to get by.
But
I got to give the benefit to the people that do.
But also with that, people just like to criticize. So if I could find something to be like, but I'm gonna pull that, you know, instead of just saying, you know what, this person is a decent person. They're not perfect, but you know,
they're doing what they can.
They did their thing. But
nah, man. I like I said, man, not everybody a hero. So stop acting like everybody gonna mysteriously get up and decide to fight for a cause, man. There are certain days, when I start wrapping things up. When I was working, man, I'll say one thing. When I was working, there was certain days where I was just like, yo, I'm just trying to get through today. Yeah. Today. Mm-hmm. That's all it was. I'm just trying to get through today. I don't got, like, there's sometimes I don't even got time to think about a cause. Yeah. Just got to make it through today. I'm trying to survive like everybody else. Mm-hmm. But everybody want me to be a hero. Fuck out of here, man. I'm not always a hero.
Nah. You got to be the hero. You can't just do what everybody wants you
to do. Exactly. But,
yo, like, subscribe, share with your people.
Please.
Our
the
YouTube platforms.
Common Folk. Please, the Common Folk YouTube, guys. Like, subscribe, share.
And also leave comments and let us know what y'all think about this episode as well. So
even hateful ones. Like, if you got hate.
Whatever y'all opinions are, because we would like to address it also.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm ready for smoke anyway. I like to argue. So what's up? What's going on? Yeah, man. But we are Common Folk, and
we out of here.
We out.